1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches, 112 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on first and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy got Dobbs over the middle. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
It's a gain of 4.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to it.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Joshua Carty on for the Rams field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now it's JCM, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Off the play fake, Daniels. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 41. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You talk about this Washington defense. They know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't...
Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now Daniel's going to keep it. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Jaden Daniels, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, check that. Ready?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 11 more on that one and another first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. McCarthy going to sneak it. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
It's a gain of 2. And the Rams, first down. 1st and goal. at the 10-yard line.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And who's got it? The defense does. They recover it in the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and the scoring opportunity turned away. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
Following the fumble recovery, Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Daniels with a give to Krosky Merritt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing now is Daniels. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter.
As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line.
The football going back to the Rams now.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throwing out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he looks to throw it.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Dobbs goes in motion. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go.
Daniels looking to throw.
He finds Douglas complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
At the 30-yard line.
A run inside, Krosky Merritt.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Commanders, 1st down.
Again, it's Krosky Merritt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Christian Gonzalez. No gain on the play. 2nd and
Now Daniels.
Setting up the screen, Krosky Merritt. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Let's go.
They go play action. Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
On the check.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Results in a fourth down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
The Rams ready to go on offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
That's good for a Rams first down.
McCarthy operating from the gun. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Here's McCarthy. Slant route, he's got Dobbs. Down the sideline he goes.
Touchdown, LA!
Romeo Dobbs.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Rams have regained the lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 10-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Dobbs touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Washington offense set to take over.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Ready.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Looking to throw McCarthy. That's complete to Dobbs. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
To the air with McCarthy.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
So on fourth down, Austin McNamara comes on to punt.
Seven yards on the return after a punt of 39. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Let's go now. Ready.
Here's Daniels.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Here we go.
The final shot before break. Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Just a four-play drive that time.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Looking to put a drive together.
Here's Krosky-Merritt to start the drive.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10.
Come on.
At the 19.
To the air goes Daniels.
And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Washington first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On first down, it's Krosky-Merritt. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
That's another Washington Commanders first down. First and 10 at the 30.
Now again, right side. It's Pearson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw is Daniels.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Give to Krosky Merritt.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Second and 5 from the 8.
Let's go now.
They'll run once more with JCM.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
Looking to throw. Daniels.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy.
Turnover on down.
Now McCarthy.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Throwing is McCarthy. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
McCarthy is set to throw it. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Here comes the Rams punter now. Standing just outside his own goal line. Taking it about the 36.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Ready.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
70 Timberwolves.
Daniels from the gun on third down. He'll try and do this himself.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the fourth.
Come on, come on.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here we go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And this offense on third down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 14.
They'll swing this out to Krosky-Merritt.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Another Washington Commanders first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now they try the right side here.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Here's a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's good for a Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's got the hookup with Dobbs.
Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
That's another Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Rams.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Throwing again, McCarthy.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And the Rams, first down. First down and 10 yards to go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Back to throw. McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. He couldn't get the ball away on fourth and goal. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line.
He's out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and
Fourth
5.
quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. But that has to drive a coach crazy.
Here's third and 6. Now Daniels. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Okay, break. Cowboy 80.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Gravity lying.
Up the middle, Krosky Merritt. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Off the play fake, Daniels. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. Washington going to send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down by 11, a minute 55 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. Pass complete there to Nakua. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second and a yard at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's third and long. Here's McCarthy. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
It's fourth down.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Rams.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. Here's second and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
Sticking with the pass. Here's McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Well, they need to score, and score quick. One timeout remaining. Final minute, first and 10.
And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now second and 10. To the air with McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another Rams.
And down to just 21 seconds now as he spikes it to stop the clock.
Second down, goal to go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a two-point conversion.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it.
And he's got it. So they try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So the onside kick will come with 17 seconds to play.
And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Okay, ready? Bronco switch, Bronco switch.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Commanders,
they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.